Hey there. I just figured I'd do a short video, follow up on, well, first of all, let me follow up on Buddy. So, I'll lean over to you, Sean. Sean's driving.
How you doing, folks?
And so Buddy, what happened with Buddy? He officially got castrated, but we realized we needed some help. He was our first bull that we were doing, and we realized that the tool that we had was not quite
Big enough.
cutting it. No pun intended. and so he, we were so blessed to be able to call a friend of ours. So, go ahead.
Yeah, so we called a friend of ours that actually lives down the street. He's got a Red Angus ranch.
Right. And a lot more experience than us.
A lot more experience. So he came down. He came down with a bigger bander.
Yep.
And actually a tetanus shot as well.
Yeah, so we had kind of had some mixed reviews on that, but so we were able to give him a tetanus shot. We were able to kind of position him differently, and I think when we were laying him down, it was a little bit easier to restrain him, but it also, like gravity, things were slipping back inside him. His testicles were like going back inside. Retract, right. And I think they do that when they're nervous. So when we were able to stand him up and had like the three of us,
so gravity just made them.
Yeah, it made it so much easier. It was so much quicker with a different tool and very quick. He really didn't complain about it, and we just put him right back in with Mom. He went right over to nurse her, and I know some people say like their cows are bawling afterwards and stuff, and that he didn't do that.
No.
He was totally himself. He just gave us a dirty look the next day when we were driving by. He was like, "You people, I know what you did," and and then we went to check on him again, and we got a good look because he lifted his leg to like scratch his back or something, and we were able to kind of see everything looks good. So essentially that whole process of banding, the banding just like, so it cuts off the circulation above the testicles if it's placed correctly, and so what will happen is just over the course of a month or two, it will just dry up, fall off, and there'll be like a little scab left that just heals. And so without that testosterone kind of pumping through him, it should help his temperament, and he won't be breeding his mother back, which was like the biggest concern of ours. He actually came from extremely good genetic lines, and South Poles tend to be very docile anyway, but now we feel a lot more comfortable with just raising him as a steer, and he should be
Providing us with some good meat.
He'll be providing us with some good meat, and we'll be providing him with like the best life ever. He's has a good life out there. So South Poles, why do we pick South Poles?
Good nature. Not too big of a cattle breed. They're good, really good on grass. Only, no grain.
Yeah.
They won't tear up your land because they're not that big.
They're not huge, like compared to some, so they're a bit smaller breed of cattle, so they're easier on your land, so you could probably...
They're good mothers. They birth with no assistance.
Right.
Usually.
And then they're very good at taking care of their calves. Like, so our, so yeah, you could potentially have like 3 South Poles for every 2 of a larger breed of cattle on your land, and you're not really tearing up your land as much because they're smaller frame, and because we are a smaller farm, that was really desirable for us. They also do really well in the climate here, and we were very, very lucky to be able to find ours from a local ranch that's like half an hour away from us, so they're really climatized and raised in our area.
They
I like the way that this family raises their cattle. They all rotationally graze them, and they've been very, very good to work with. So the time has come for us to breed our registered heifer. So we have a registered heifer, and then we ended up getting 2 open heifers instead of 2 steers, because that was what was available at the time, and we were going to be raising them for meat. But we have noticed that they are cycling regularly at the same time that the other one is. So we would not be raising, if they were to give us a calf, we would not be selling it on the South Pole market. South Pole market is like really careful to keep really clean bloodlines, and they're just trying to raise the best possible cattle for their lines. So the registered heifer that we got, we could sell her offspring as a registered South Pole, but the other ones we would really just be raising to see if we can get any more steers out of them for our family over the years. And then if that doesn't work, then we just process them as meat for our family the way that we originally intended. But our heifer is due to breed, and so today
we went and got a full-blood South Pole bull,
which is awesome. So we thought we were going to be getting a 3/4 South Pole bull, and we were very lucky that we were able to get, sorry, my arm is getting tired, so you'll see Sean again in a second. Sorry. So we thought, yes you are, yes you are. So we were able to get a full-blood South Pole bull that we picked up today. So he's actually in the trailer, and we're bringing him home to our ladies. We'll let you know.
For a couple of months.
For a couple of months. So we're just renting him. And I'm so glad that option is available. I could tell from the way that he loaded and the way that they handled him. One of the things we love about South Poles is they're just so mild-mannered. You know, he sort of was acting like a big dog. You know, like he just, not the way you normally would think of a bull. He's just a really gentle-natured guy. And I guess from what I hear, he doesn't like to fight off like other bulls for breeding, because he just doesn't like to get into bullfights. And so he's kind of a lover, not a fighter type of a bull.
Yeah.
So we love that we're breeding that mild-mannered temperament into our cattle, which is perfect for a small farm with young children and new farmers. Oh, my arm. So strong, I can't hold up my phone. So that's the plan today, is that he's coming home with us. We'll be introducing him to the ladies. If it's possible for me to get a video, I will, but it's just Sean and I. And then
it could be hectic, but hopefully not. Hopefully not.
So he also is hot wire trained, so hopefully he'll just respect our lane and walk right down to the girls and go into them, that's our hope. So this means that if he breeds, yes, Sean said no pun intended again. And so this is kind of exciting for us, because our Jersey cow has been AI'd with really good genetics. So we're hoping it took. We haven't done a pregnancy test on her yet. She's kind of separated, so she won't be in there when this bull is introduced. You're going west, by the way. And but she should be bringing really good genetics onto the farm. And we have gotten our ram from another farm in Missouri. That one wasn't as local, about 3.5 hours away we went to for our ram, and we chose a ram that was excellent genetics to add to our sheep. And they, if everything goes well, should start lambing in May. And then now to be able to bring this bull on a full blood and to be breeding our herd up for our small farm is great. So we're pretty excited about that. And then knowing everybody's bred and working towards a return on our investment is great. We've been very, very happy with this particular breed, and we've had kind of extreme temperatures. They survived really well through a severe drought this year, and did excellent. And then it's been, they're doing really well in the cold. We had an extremely cold snap a little while ago, that I know a number of people either lost calves or, had some difficulty with that with their cattle, and ours did wonderful, thanks be to God. So we've just been really very pleased with them. And one of our neighbors, who's a rancher, took a look at them the other day when we were chatting over the mailbox, and he was like, "Your cows look really good," and that was just great to hear. So for any of you that are looking for South Poles, we really have had a wonderful experience with Frescoln Ranch, Frescoln Ranch, out of not Mountain View, near Mountain View. I can't remember which town. Anyhow, Pomona, I believe. So they've been great to work with. We really have enjoyed working with their family. Very good people, small family farm, and they've just been wonderful. So I will let you know how everything goes. Exciting new happenings on Fullen Family Farm. So there's always something new. For all our family members back home, thank you for praying for us. We love you, and we're thinking about you all the time.
Love you, Auntie Louise and Uncle Dave.
Love you, Auntie Louise and Uncle Dave. Love you, Grandma. Love you, Mom. So we will talk to you soon. Like, subscribe, and share to Fullen Family Farm to follow the adventures of our family of 8 who moved from the Northeast down to the Missouri Ozarks to start farming with 0 experience. And,
What an adventure.
And are on this adventure together. Everybody, say goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, you gotta get in your car seat.